Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. Today we're discussing Waffle That in Tulsa, and later in the show, Stardust Power is coming to Oklahoma. I'm Brett.
And I am Harley.
I feel like we say we're back for a triumph. The minute we say, for weeks we said, or I did anyway, maybe it's my fault. New episodes every week, rain, sleet, or snow. And then all of a sudden, we didn't have any, the weather put a damper on things, but you and I are living our vows in sickness and in health. Unfortunately, I've been sick, you've been beat up, you had it's like the universe is...
You literally said that we had this exact same conversation on the last episode that we recorded together.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I mean, like, identical conversation. You said the exact same words. I could have just copied and pasted this from the last time.
It's the truth.
We've literally released something every week.
Yes, but an episode, like where you and I are talking
if you're
fondly of
repeat
something.
yourself every other week, every time we miss a show, if you're just going to come back and like say that, then I could just cut and paste. We don't need to do a new show.
We'll just have the outro be in Stephen Hawking's voice. New episodes every week. Or have AI. We could have Chat GPT. You know what we should do? We should do a show using Chat GPT. And just to see what kind of show it comes up with. If it's half-ass decent, we run with it. Is it free? Is Chat GPT free?
No, you have to pay for it. And it would be awful.
It'd be horrendous?
Yes.
I just want to see AI and stuff like that. Just doing some crazy stuff. I'm scared of the future. I really am. I want a hoverboard, man. I want shoes that lace themselves. I don't want someone out there pretending to be me and doing it better. That's the problem I have. Aren't you worried? So there's some Harley bot living on that Sky City that they just discovered. Did you see that? You haven't seen that?
Are you literally just pulling shit out of your ass?
No.
What Sky City?
You haven't seen the telescope picture of what appears to be like city lights that they found in space?
No.
It's crazy. Like 7 trillion light years away or some shit. I don't know what it is, but I'm shook. There's some stuff out there, man, including copies of you and I. I'm just saying.
Hopefully our copies do a better job recording a show.
I think we do a pretty dang good job if you just let loose a little bit.
I'm loose. I'm not repeating myself.
I didn't repeat myself.
Dude, literally cut and paste from last week.
Fine.
You fine.
Can we move on to something more pressing?
You have been out and about quite a bit.
I have.
You are apparently addicted to
to
pizza and barbecue. Because you've done about 700 pizza or barbecue videos over the last month.
Yeah, I have. It's time to...
And if it's not a video, it's a picture of you holding a piece of pizza.
Hey, you know what? I'm trying to do my due diligence, but it's really hard to do when you work 62 hours a week. I'm doing my best with what's available to me at the time.
Which is apparently pizza and barbecue.
Yeah.
Like, do you work inside of a pizza shop, like underneath a barbecue shop? Because literally...
I mean, I can stop.
I know we live in Oklahoma, and I know that there are more restaurants, shops, and barbecue.
It's what I could get at the time. I work nonstop. I literally, every day of the week I work. So I'm doing the best I can. I think I'm doing a great job with what I have to work with.
There aren't any corn dog shops around, and a burger shop, sandwich shop.
I don't know. Is there?
Italian restaurant, Mexican restaurant.
There's a sandwich shop in Marlow, isn't there?
What?
There's a sandwich shop in Marlow. You could go.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Why are you poking me?
I'm not poking you. I'm asking you a question.
But the pizza I had, thank you very much, came from someone that who bought it, and I tried it secondhand. Just so happens to be a local joint, so it just so happened to be that way. Hell, I have a picture of a blue and gold breakfast burger that I made that I didn't post because I already had another post that was going bonkers. So I'm doing the best I can. Everything I eat is local. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm doing everything I can possibly do.
I'm just looking at Facebook, and I'm just going to say, I'm just going to throw this out there.
All right.
I'm looking at Facebook, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That may be 7.
Okay.
8. At least 10 pictures. 9, 10, 11. All pizza barbecue.
Now, to be fair, only 2 of the barbecues have made it to the internet waves, to the algorithm, which to me, I still think the word algorithm is a acronym for Al Gore because he created the internet. Does it make sense? That doesn't play?
You realize that it's an algorithm.
I know, but it could be. How do we know they didn't chop it up, man? I'm just saying. I'll work on getting some different food in the algorithm. I'll go out.
I'll go and eat
something different. We need to make a point. There's a place called Brielle's. It's a Cajun restaurant in Midwest City. I was going to go that night, or Del City. I was going to go the night I got the Oklahoma smoked barbecue, but the timing of when I got off didn't jive. So that's why I went with something else, because you literally, Oklahoma smoke, I come to find out it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You got to get there early or they run out of stuff.
Which is good.
I got no issue with a place like that. Butcher Barbecue's been doing it since day one. There's probably a few other places out there. As a matter of fact, Pig Stand in Paul's Valley does the same thing, right? They do a sold out menu stuff, don't they?
Honestly,
it seems like I think so. I think so. So yes, I'm guilty of not getting out more, but I've got a few things on the list. Some folks have been reaching out to us saying come try our stuff. Bunch of people are reaching out to us, come try our stuff.
I don't have I'm a big old boy.
Yeah,
I don't have the room or the calorie intake to get all of them that we've been invited to eat in any reasonable amount of time.
No, and I almost feel guilty because our buddies over at Taste of Choctaw are posting. I want to see those guys post something they cook, because those fellas eat out all. On tonight's Where Am I Eating? Where Am I Eating? Where Am I Eating? You want to talk about some guys that eat a lot of pizza? Taste of Chocolate. It's more like Taste of Cheese Pizza. That's what they need to change it to. Taste of Pizza. They eat a lot of pizza. What else do they eat? They do a lot. Matter of fact, they do some barbecue too. They had a red bone taco over the weekend. Got to give them up to that for that one. But you want to talk about some pizza loving fools, man. There's some Little Caesars eating sons of guns over there. No, they only eat local stuff. But we can't cover we can do what we can. And if it's pizza, barbecue pizza, barbecue on, I'll tell you what, I'm going to review a barbecue pizza.
Yeah, that should help with the variety on this show.
Anyway, speaking of pizza, we had some pretty good pizza tonight. And yes, another posting about pizza. We did it again.
By we,
I mean the royal me.
Yeah, you literally called me on your way in and you were like, hey, so do you want to run to Marlowe and get pizza at DeCentio's? And I was like, sure. And then you called me back 5 minutes later and you're like, hey, can we do Ben and Jay's in Chickasha because they invited us over? So you gave me 2 options and they were both pizza.
Well, here's the deal. For me to suggest pizza as much as I have been, I'm either pregnant or I'm losing my mind because I'm not a pizza guy. I'm doing a lot of breaking out of the box and eating some things that I wouldn't normally eat, like brisket.
We're breaking out of the box today. Today we are talking about a mind-boggling waffle creation station.
Now you're speaking my language.
And it's in the place that you prefer.
Tulsa.
You're the Tulsa.
I am. I love it in Tulsa.
Yeah, I don't think.
But here's the problem with Tulsa.
I
love Tulsa. But they've been on way too many episodes of the first 48.
I don't know what the first 48 is. I'm going to be honest. I have no idea.
It's a show about. It's a show about. You can cut it if you want, but it's a show about homicide. Like within the first 48, discuss blah 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 blah. And the interview process. It's actual crimes that happen in real time. Not real time, but over the course. I think they film there for like 12 months at a time. They're killing.
I'm going to say, right in line with that, if you haven't been to Waffle That in Tulsa, Oklahoma, you should be arrested.
They're murdering
their competition.
Their competition and the waffle game.
So this is a family-owned restaurant It started right around COVID, dude. I don't know how many breakout restaurants have started in this time,
And have lasted.
but they started out as a food truck. Now they have a couple of brick and mortar locations. Dude, great environment. The food is ridiculously good.
Yeah, yet to, you know what? This is the facts. I don't mind pizza. I like frozen pizza over going and buying it somewhere. I don't know why. My waffles, I'm not super picky about them either. You give me options like Waffle That has. I mean, I'll throw my Lego. I can Lego my Eggo.
Honestly, I don't know of anybody that doesn't like it. It was started by a guy named Roy Tillis. They'd been open. Their food truck had been open for basically 6 months before the pandemic.
It's still crazy talk. Now, I will say that food trucks tend to have a little bit, I don't know, were there a bunch of food trucks even around when it was COVID? You would have thought.
I don't think so.
And the fact that you transition from that to let's dive into the brick and mortar game, and arguably the craziest time of the
I don't know that
century.
They necessarily started their actual brick and mortar time at COVID.
Oh yeah,
that's just
okay.
when they started. They
were right.
Just opened up shop 6 months before COVID came to town.
Huh.
Roy Tillis, the owner, had done a little bit of traveling and came across a waffle place out of the state that had some interesting ideas, and he just went home and tried to duplicate, like some of these ideas.
Yeah.
This is neat, it's cool, and this is like back in 2015 or something that. And he started making it for his family, and everybody loved it. And so he started adding more ideas, and everybody's like, you need to start a restaurant.
Right.
So, it builds up over 4 or 5 years, finally gets a food truck, and again, the absolute worst time in the history of time.
Oh, yeah.
To start a small business.
Yeah, it's like opening a fruit stand during the Black Plague. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People like fruit, but people are dying. Yeah, it's crazy.
So, he's got all these cool new recipes that he's come up with over the years. He started he's got his food truck, and then legitimately November 2019.
Yeah.
He's like grand opening.
And then
yeah. And then and so he was worried about having to lay off employees.
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
all that sort of stuff. But he's quoted as saying, we try to stay positive. My employees are still here, and not only that, I'm still here with them. I did this for my family and to pass down to my kids, and my employees have families and bills too. So he never closed shop, and he never stopped paying his employees.
I don't know of a lot of places that would do that. I've seen there have been a lot of videos during that time of like big box restaurants and places like that have, when shit gets tough, adios amigos, you're out of here. So, I mean, that's big league.
It really is. I mean, it shows a lot of integrity, but dude, their food.
Yeah, don't get me started on it.
It's like every single thing, obviously chicken and waffles. But the combinations that they've come up with, dude, they're like, you have to have somebody who's just got some off the wall
Tony's?
just like perspective.
Yeah.
Like the unorthodox look at the whole concept of waffles and coming at it. Again, people who aren't from the South, chicken and waffles is kind of weird.
Yeah, for sure.
But some of the things they have on their menu, like the loaded breakfast fries, which is waffle fries topped with scrambled eggs, cheese, and bacon or sausage. Come on, that is neat.
That is neat, but it's also sinful. It is sinful.
They do the regular chicken and waffles, but they also have wings and waffles.
Dude, that's badass.
It really is. They've got chicken in a cone.
Oh boy,
chicken and waffle bites.
Oh my goodness!
But some of the dessert stuff.
What do you mean dessert stuff? Chicken and a waffle is desserts.
Yeah, no, that's the food part. When you look at their dessert menu, they have like the Nutella waffle, which is don't
even do it. Don't.
Dude, they're all over the place.
This is
Reese's waffles, cinnamon roll waffles, strawberry waffles.
This is how I'm never going to get better.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is like some diabetes causing stuff.
Wilfred Brimley didn't stand a chance.
But no, absolutely not. Again, they have a great menu. It's very specific.
I just thought, if you're listening right now, if you're out there listening, Waffle That, I just came up with a waffle name, the Wilfred Waffle. And it's basically everything that causes diabetes that they have.
That's horrible.
On a waffle. The Wilfred Waffle. It's not Earl. It's not Earl with diabetes.
But they have 2 brick-and-mortar locations now.
Yeah.
They've got one on North Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Tulsa and one on South Yale Avenue in Tulsa.
I love Tulsa. Dadgummit. I cut it and pasted that one again, didn't I?
You might have said that once or twice or 30,000 times.
And I still stand behind it. So tell me again when I can go and how I can get there.
They've got an interesting calendar.
Okay.
They're open Sundays 10 a.m. or 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
Closed on Mondays. Tuesday through Thursday 10:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then Friday and Saturday 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Oh wow, Friday and Saturday open late.
Yeah.
They're probably trying to catch some of that early club crowd. Maybe. I don't know a lot of people. I don't know.
I don't know if a whole lot of people going to the clubs are looking for waffles. I don't know that that's ever been a thing.
No, I don't think.
Coming out of the clubs.
Hey, once you grab a waffle, man, after all that break dancing, I am sure hungry right now.
Like if they wanted to open up on Saturday at 2 a.m. and
Dude.
Sunday at 2 a.m., they could probably pick up a lot more business.
It's one of those places where the 2 a.m. crowd looks drastically different than the 2 p.m. crowd. I kind of feel like it's like at night, it's like, yeah, waffles, During the day, it's like, waffles are delicious, honey. I just think they're 2 different kinds of people.
I tend to agree with you.
You don't either, you lying son of a bitch. Listen, we've known each other for 15 years.
I've never agreed with you.
You've never agreed with me, except I'll give you a list of 5 things you've agreed with me. Ready?
1.
The movie.
Check out their website, wafflethat.com.
Well, coming up after the break, we're going to talk Stardust Power.
I'm Raven Rollins, and this is my Southern True Crime podcast where I discuss cases from my former hometown. Ada, Oklahoma paints itself as an average community, but its history of murder and corruption runs deeper than any story has ever told. You'll hear plenty of special guests, including authors and experts in their fields, who visit with me on each episode, as well as other cases in the southern states. With notorious and unknown cases alike, every victim sees the light on my show. This is Sirens, a true crime podcast.
So, news story from the Oklahoma Department of Commerce. Stardust Power selects Muskogee, Oklahoma to build battery-grade lithium refinery and secures economic incentives package for the facility build.
Are we, and I'm just asking your opinion, are we banking on more electric cars? I mean, I guess I don't think about what other, besides like, say, a laptop has a lithium battery. Are these going to be, again, are we beefing up for the future here? Or, I mean, I don't know. I don't follow the lithium newsletter. So what is it?
Just about everything with a battery in it has either a lithium-ion battery or has a option for a lithium-ion battery.
Right. Well, yeah. I just didn't know if maybe this is, and you might be getting into it. I just didn't know if it was in kind of a preemptive strike to us moving into the future where everyone has an electric car and goes down the highway.
Well, in the news story, there is a quote from Governor Stitt. He said, Stardust Power's more than $1 billion investment in it is a testament to Oklahoma's all-of-the-above approach to energy and our focus on workforce development.
A freaking $1 billion. Nuts.
Well, I mean, there's a lot that goes into that sort of thing. This isn't, this is not a, it's not like setting up a lawn mowing business. There's a lot
of moving parts to it.
There's lot of moving parts to it. I have a contact that works in a lithium, or that had toured a lithium recycling organization. And apparently, there's a lot of moving parts in this stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think it's great for Oklahoma for sure.
I mean, as far as the economic boost to the state, I think it's huge. I think adding another layer into the energy ecosystem for Oklahoma just makes sense.
Yeah.
And again, I think, we've spent so long in the boom and bust cycles of the oil industry.
Yeah.
Layering that, bolstering the overall economic environment to where it's not just whether oil is selling at a good price per barrel or not,
right,
on how it impacts the state, I think is smart. I think it makes a lot of sense to not have all your eggs in one basket.
No, absolutely. And again, we've kind of been looking, not really, I mean, if you were charting the progress of the state of Oklahoma with bringing in all these new businesses and all these new jobs, everything from entertainment to industry, this is just, it's almost kind of like a small boom around here. It's just another link in the chain to bolster Oklahoma's image as really a kind of a place to be.
There's more to it than that. I think one of the people's quoted as saying, basically there's an undue national security and supply chain risk.
Yeah. Because
there isn't a battery grade lithium refinery in the country.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah. So we're going to have the first one in the country, which I think is huge.
And not to downgrade anything any new developments or ground we've already broke, but I think you got to think that a lot of it has to do with the real estate. It's got to be pretty cheap to move here.
I think it is cheap to move here. It's probably cheaper to start a business here. But I think there are other things. We've talked about it before. We're right in the middle of the country.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're shipping or receiving,
everything goes through here.
It's hard not to say Oklahoma is the center.
Right. No, you're right. If you're looking at it from a fashion perspective, we're the freaking belt buckle holding this whole country together.
That wasn't cheesy at all.
No, it wasn't. But somebody's going to put that on a T-shirt or a bumper sticker.
But apparently Stardust Power is planning on breaking ground the first half of this year. So
I'm telling you, and I've kind of poo-pooed some things. We've talked about it. I've probably said it a couple times on something recently. When Canoe came in, I know I was poo-pooing it, the whole situation. Ended up meeting a guy that got hired as a mechanic to help build them. So, I mean, folks, it's coming. I mean, opportunities are literally knocking on your door. Like,
I just want us as a state to make sure that we're doing things right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had the conversation about the lithium-ion recycling company. Apparently that is some dirty, dirty business. And so, like, if you don't make sure that you're taking care of the environment and the people as you're expanding into these things,
yeah,
it can come back to bite you.
Oh, for sure. And again, major impact on the state of Oklahoma, and look forward to talking about that more in the future.
Yeah, I'll include a link in the show notes for more on the story. It does go a little bit more in depth than what we covered here, but
I can't imagine that any news story we've ever covered can go any deeper. I mean, we're deep six when it comes to the news. Nobody's getting it to you faster. I mean, I guess it depends on your internet speed. Than us. We're freaking on the front lines.
Are we?
Can you know what I mean? It's happening right outside our window right here.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. But
tune in next Monday for more breaking
news about what happened whenever you find this podcast. But you know what? Real quick, let's talk about something real fast. We lost an icon, a country music icon from right here in Oklahoma. It's kind of wild to think about it, man.
It is. He's young, too. I mean, 62 is not old.
That's not old.
I mean, I know if you're in your 20s, 62 seems like it's a million years old.
Yeah.
But 62 is not old.
Well, yeah, and I look at myself, I'm like, I'm 46. My parents were 46. I thought they were ancient. And they probably worked harder than I did. But, yeah, time is a currency we never have enough of. And, man, Toby Keith battled cancer for 18 months like a cowboy would. I mean, and he was playing shows up until the last month, month and a half of being alive.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. I mean, what can you say about a man there are celebrities all around the world that are mourning Toby Keith, but just a terrible loss.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what isn't a loss. If you're listening to this show right now, you've gained so much knowledge. How could you lose? You know what I mean?
No, I have no idea what you mean.
We've taught some people some things today. Don't you agree?
God.
We have. We've learned them over the proper waffle eating etiquette.
Yeah, no.
No?
We learned you real good.
We learned you real good where to go get yourself some breakfast.
Oh, my God.
Well, if you want to reach out to us like Ryan Cook of Chickasha / Germany, her and her husband are stationed in Baumholder. I don't want to say it wrong, like Baumholder or Baumholder. I don't know, Baumholder. She's in Germany with her husband, stationed in Germany. He's in the army, and reached out to us and kind of gave us some suggestions. And we've been to most of them. J&W Grill.
Yeah.
We've been to Roy's Barbecue.
Yes.
She didn't mention Brandy's, so I don't know if she's just not been here. But when you come back, Ryan, you and your old man need to go down and try yourself some Brandy's burgers down there. If you like the other guys, I think you're really going to be impressed with Brandy's Burgers in Chickasha, Oklahoma. Find them at brandysburgers.com. I don't know. Anyways, Ryan, thank you so much for reaching out. She gave, again, some more suggestions. She even had some more probably on the way. But we wish you and your husband all the best over there in Germany. They're coming back in 2026, I think. So,
good Lord, that's a long time.
That's a long time. Feels like forever, especially if you're homesick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah, if you want to reach out to us, tell us what you think. I think the floodgates are open now on Facebook. We're starting to get messages now.
Yeah. I don't know what Facebook changed their algorithm again, but I still think the best way to reach us, OnlyinOKShow.
The old-fashioned way.
At gmail.com. The old-fashioned way.
Well, I'm saying email and then, reach out to us on AOL Messenger.
Yeah. AOL keyword, Oklahoma. This has been the OnlyinOKShow. I'm Harley.
And I'm Brett.
And we're out of here.
Peace. So correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
No, somebody was asking me about doing the podcast, kind of how it started. If I hadn't been going into radio, would we be doing this?
No.
Because I remember the conversation was as follows. You had told me about a concept for a podcast, but I think that was kind of a connective tissue to me being in radio. Am I wrong? I don't remember how the subject of you having an idea for a podcast came up.
I don't know.
Did it come after? Did you break the idea to me after I broke the seal on, hey, we should do something?
You didn't break the seal on we should do something. I said we should do something because you were bitching like a little bitch about not getting radio time. And I'm like, dude.
I distinctly remember coming to you in the kitchen. You're standing by the sink. I don't know why. It's weird. I remember this. And saying, hey, man, we really need to do something. I'm not on the mic right now. We need to do something. I need to be on a microphone. We need to make it happen.
Yeah. That was like 180 times after my initial, just do a podcast.
Yeah. In its entirety, how long have we been doing this? 8 years? I tell people 10. Because, in dog years, we've actually been doing it for 20. Dude, we're not pioneers, podcast pioneers, but we've outlived a lot of freaking podcasts, dude. Now he's going to look.
Honestly, I don't know.
So I'm trying to think. Hell, I get videos that pop up from 7-8 years ago from the radio.
7 or 8 years?
Damn. Even including when I spent 7 years in Tibet. Or 7 months in Tibet, finding myself with the Tibetan monks, becoming what would be the Dark Knight. Yeah. 7-8 years. That's a long life cycle for a podcast, I think. When did we win the award? 2013?
Yeah.
Dang.
No, 2013?
What's that sound there?
2018.
2018, sorry. And that didn't come...
2017.
We won the award a year after we started? Oh, that's right.
It might have been 60. When did you start in the radio?
I feel like I started in radio. Let's see, when was my divorce? I'm trying to. I started in radio probably. Gosh, I wish I could. There was something that could give me an indication. I don't know why I care so much about it. I just tell people all the time we've been doing it for 10 years, and I know it hadn't been 10 years, but like I said, it feels like it. But just to see if there's anything that's 6. Say I posted because I'm curious.
Ooh, episode 0, October 8th, 2015.
Wow,
We're coming up on 10
years.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Golly. It will have been 10 years since I started in radio? Wow. It doesn't seem like that, does it? It feels more like, even though it's not, I mean, we're only talking a year and a half, 2 years, it does feel like more like 2017, but 2015, episode 0. Yeah, back room back here. Wasn't it?
I don't remember. I don't think so. We recorded Martha at the studio.
We recorded some stuff back here in Connor's old room, too.
I think we did that after the fact.
Oh, that's right. We were
transitioning
from the studio to here, and then okay, wow, crazy. Episode 0. How'd you track that freaking data down?
I went to Apple Podcasts and looked at the first episode. It's weird. There's some missing, like episode 1 is not in here, or episode 5 or 6. Something about saltwater tap here.
Oh, that's right. All right. That's one of my favorite quotes from my favorite movie, where he says, all right. The 70s movie, the coming-of-age story of these teenagers, and one night changed their entire lives forever. Actually, it didn't change their lives. They were just trying to get Aerosmith there. Yes, but it was a transformative experience that occurred at midfield. If you remember the speech by Wooderson about LIVIN, living. Sheesh. I love listening to people straight-laced people talk about things that are kind of cool. Like, I believe that's when Ice Cube said, F the police. Am I correct? Yes, that is what he said, F the police. What's your favorite movie all time? As I'm pulling this up here.
Jim Belushi, Taking Care of Business.
That's not your favorite movie.
How about movie Emilio Estevez and his brother, Men at Work?
That's a good movie, dude.
Yeah, like any movie where the guys in the movie actually do the shit that they came to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to talking about their favorite movies.
Yeah, they actually have a job to do and they do it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
God. Sorry, I just want to talk to you. Tulsa shop. Stardust Power Company. Stardust. That sounds like that's right up there with Space Warriors. What was the military? The space military? Battlestar Galactica that Trump wanted to create? Space, the final frontier. The space soldiers, or whatever. What is it? The military thing with the space, where they're shooting the lasers in the...
Space Force is a real thing.
And they're shooting the lasers and the laser swords. And they've got the monsters with the big hairs on them and the robots. And they're swinging the lasers and they're talking to their father. Oh my gosh. What a game changer this would be if Darth Vader said, Luke, I am your stepfather. And Luke never knew his role. That's a game changer. Come on. Talk to me, dude.
I'm waiting for you to do whatever you're doing.
I'm asking, wouldn't it be an interesting twist? Luke, I'm your stepfather.
Yes, that would be an interesting twist.
And then he kills Obi-Wan and says, by the way, Obi-Wan was your father. No! And then that's when Luke goes, no! Your mother like older men. Sorry. All right. Are you ready for an unedited version of the OnlyinOKShow? We're going live. What are you looking at?
Reviews of the Travel Oddities podcast.
Oh my God, let's hear it.
No.
Are they better than the OnlyinOKShow ones? Give me one.
Do you want one to make you cry or one to make you wish you'd never stopped doing the show?
You know what? Yin and yang, buddy. We can't have one without the other, right?
Somebody tried to drive a freight train. There are approximately 50,000 podcasts about the paranormal. The more boring ones involve a host reading Wikipedia out loud. This one doesn't even do that much work.
Oh, wow. Is that...
He goes on and eviscerates everything about us.
How old was that one?
2019. This podcast is presented in a highly engaging way. Harley's passion is contagious, and I look forward to every new episode. Give it a listen. I feel like that's bullshit.
Well, you know.
Just discovered this podcast. I've been binging episodes, and now I have a list of places to travel to. Guys are funny and informative.
I believe it. I believed it then, and I really believe it now.
Somebody's new favorite podcast. All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1.